Good Sunday morning, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Uh, okay, so today's vlog is, of course, about us searching for a home again. It's been a very difficult couple of 3 weeks looking for that right house for the doggies, because if it was only for me, I could live in a condominium, I could live in an apartment, I could live in the city without a yard. But of course, you know, I have to consider my crew. Come here, Morgan. We have to consider our crew. Come here. Say hello to Morgan. This is my Morgie. I know, she's a golden retriever. I love you too, sweetheart. Yes. She's my 1 year and a half old granddaughter. She's actually the daughter of one of my dogs, Sawyer. So, yes, it's a year and a half. I know, sweetheart. Don't worry, I brush her teeth. Yeah, they get brushed all the time, right, baby? And I know exactly what I feed her, so I'm not so worried about her breath or about you know, the dirt, how dirty her mouth is, right? Oh, she's a good girl. Yeah. So as you can see, I am an animal lover. I used to rescue a lot of animals, even when I was a little girl. I would rescue animals, and as a matter of fact, I would sleep in the barn with the animals. Anyway, so going back to my search for a house, this is actually a very stressful. It's just living in the city has become very stressful. I don't know how to. I think I'm getting older. I'm getting older, that I'm yearning for a life outside the city. Most of my life, I have lived in the city. And when I was a little girl, I remember being in the farm, looking at the sheep, the goats, and my playground was in the farm, like basically rolling in the hills. So I remember those, even though it's just very, very vague. I don't have much memories about going into the farm at all because I was not allowed. I just remember being extremely allergic to the grass, so I had blisters, and even to the sun, so I had blisters. So I was not really allowed much to go outside. So in other words, it's you know, my childhood was pretty much very sheltered, and then I moved to the city. I was very young when I moved to the city, so now it's like, so the memories of the countryside is just coming back, and I yearn for that. Even though I'm not exactly moving to the countryside, I just want a little bit of nature, like a yard, like a bit more yard where I can plant and where the dogs can run around. So they're actually, yeah, the main purpose of that constant search for the perfect home. But by the same token, I don't want so far away from the city because of the fact that I go for treatments every 2 weeks. So it's the fact that I'm very sick. I mean, I may not look sick, but I'm very sick. But I try my best. I try my best to try to look into the much more positive side of being ill. Like I'm a research scientist. I specialize in infectious disease and chronic diseases. Doing research in, I did research in a lot of the infectious diseases that's basically overwhelming humanity these days, and yet I can't be in the front line because, it's like I would be putting my life in peril. I have 2 autoimmune diseases, which makes me very vulnerable to catching, what we're having now with the current pandemic. So, but I still go out there, and then, it's like of course, I pretty much monitor, my exposure to people. So it's very, very limited. I don't go out to stores that often, and when I do, I make sure that there's not a lot of people there. And don't be very, very afraid though. It's like as an epidemiologist, as a public health doctor, I have to it's my duty, of course, to warn you about the dangers of infectious disease and this pandemic that has overwhelmed, the lives of the entire world. But vaccine, I know that we are all waiting for that vaccine, but it is not going to be the cure. It's just going to, of course, slow down, hopefully, the spread of the disease. But the most important factor of combating this pandemic, this virus, is social distancing, and of course, hygiene and wearing your mask, even though it is still your best bet of avoiding the disease by limiting your exposure to other people. Right now in the United States, it saddens me that a country that is supposed to be the leader of medical technology and advancements of medicine is now the country that has the most cases, because of course some of its citizens, they feel like it is an infringement of their freedom and liberties. Not believing in science is actually quite a fault, because all of the technologies that we now have, these process of communication, social media, how we communicate our thoughts and feelings through this World Wide Web, is through science. It's not some sort of like miraculous invention of some sort, or an intervention from a higher being. Okay, don't get me wrong. I do believe in my spirituality, and I do believe that there's somehow someone up there that's guiding us, okay, into our own thoughts and processes. But by the same token, at the end of the day, we were given all this intelligence and the freedom of choice. That is what makes us different from other animals, because we have the ability to think and to choose what we believe and how we take care of ourselves. And yet we refuse to acknowledge that, and we refuse to believe it. It's really, in a way, a upsetting, disappointing. I lack the right term to use it. It is disappointing that despite of all the advancements that we have made technologically and scientifically, and yet here we are, over 100 years later, we are facing this pandemic that is killing, in the US alone, like 1,000 people daily. And I don't even know the statistics around the world. And yet we still are refusing to believe in science, to follow public health measures. And, all these vaccines, polios, smallpox, all these diseases that we have found, not the cure, but vaccine for it, is through science. Through cooperation and the governance, right governance of our leaders, of leaders of countries, we can combat this. There should be an international guidelines how to combat this disease, the virus. We are all in this together. This is our enemy. It's not each other. And yet, it's coming to a point where each other. So, anyhow, well, today I'm going again to look, to visit a house. We shall see. Even though I was told by the real estate agent that there's already an offer on this house. I mean, the houses over here, they go quickly. They really, really go quickly. So, and hopefully I'm able to do a little video of the house that I'm looking at. Usually some sellers, they don't want any video of their homes, but I'm sure that I can just do a short video outside of it. So, all right, thank you all so much again for the continuous patronage of this channel. I do appreciate it so much, and shout out to all of you out there, the new subscribers. My people in the Philippines, thank you very, very much. I subscribe to all this simplicity of life, because I just yearn, I yearn that countryside living, and of course, visiting, places. I have been confined basically at home and then hospital since I got sick. I can visit, but I'm not allowed to. Even before the pandemic, I'm not allowed to get on a flight and go somewhere, because in fear that I'm not gonna do well. I would catch something, and that would be the end. So that's Sawyer, Morgan's dad. So hi, sweetie pie. All right, everybody, thank you all so very much, and here's Morgan. Hi, Morgan. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good Sunday, everybody. Thank you.